A beautiful afternoon to you wherever you are watching Ogun State Television. Welcome to the news at 2. I am Adibola Oshomuji. And just before we start, let's remind you that you can watch us on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, you can check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the news. The Nigeria Governors Forum has pledged to collaborate with the legislative arm of government in the ongoing constitutional amendment. The governors made the pledge after its meeting in Abuja on Wednesday night, where they hosted the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, who briefed them on the progress of the amendment. According to the communique issued by the forum after the meeting, Kalu, who is the chairman of the Committee on the Review of the Constitution, emphasized the importance of collaboration between the forum and the committee, proposing the establishment of a one-stop shop framework to align state-level priorities with the constitutional review process. The federal government has begun deploying consular officers to diplomatic missions worldwide before the anticipated release of the ambassadorial list. This move comes 14 months after 83 ambassadors were recalled in September 2023. Following President Bola Tinubu's inauguration, a restatement of a foreign policy led to the recall of the 83 ambassadors, both career and non-career, from their post in September 2023, but the subsequent appointment of replacements has yet to take place. The envoys were instructed to return to Nigeria by October 31, 2023, marking a shift in diplomatic strategy and suggesting that the government was looking to realign its foreign engagement to better serve national interests. The former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, had said the ambassadors served at the president's behest in their host nations and that it was the president's prerogative to send or recall them from any country. Tuga added that it was part of a strategy to realign Nigeria's foreign engagement. The recall was done, but it left a diplomatic void, as no replacement had been announced ever since. The President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has called for closer collaboration between Nigeria's parliament and its Chinese counterpart to strengthen diplomatic, trade, and legislative ties between the two nations. Akpabio made the appeal while receiving the new Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yu Donghai, alongside other officials from the Chinese embassy during a courtesy visit to his office. The Senate President underscored Nigeria's intention to leverage the outcomes of President Bola Tinubu's recent visit to China and the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation held in September. He urged the Chinese government to deepen parliamentary engagement as a pathway to fostering stronger relations. Motorists and commuters are trapped in a major traffic on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, which has lasted since Wednesday night. The gridlock stretches along other sections of the road outbound Lagos, including areas like Kara, Opik, Long Bridge, among others. Checks revealed that this was caused by an accident as well as multiple breakdowns of vehicles along this axis. There is also a diversion along the Long Bridge due to maintenance work, which has been ongoing for a while now. Here in Ogun State, the state government has described the allegation leveled against Governor Dapo Abiodun by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) governorship candidate in the 2023 polls in the state, Honorable Ladi Adebutu, as the ranting of a drowning man. Adebutu had claimed that the governor could not account for local government funds in the last 5 years. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Media and Strategy, Honorable Kayode Akimade, the Ogun State government said it was not surprised by the antics of the PDP chieftain, who it noted is currently under investigation by security agencies for acts of electoral violence and attempted murder, as it has acquired notoriety over the years for making baseless and empty claims. The statement added that Abeokuta has become like a wounded lion who is trying to save face after his recent travail at the hands of security agents over the electoral malfeasance on Saturday. The statement expressed shock at the allegation and described him as a man who aspired to govern Ogun State but was roundly rejected by voters who claimed that the governor, who is not a signatory to local government accounts, squandered council funds amounting to 214 billion naira in 5 years. The statement explained that at no time did Governor Abeokuta touch a dime of local government funds in Ogun State. As part of a broader initiative to promote people-centered justice, the Ogun State government is dedicated to making legal solutions more accessible, equitable, and responsive to everyone in the state. This was the submission of Ogun State Governor Prince Abeokuta during the official launch of guidelines aimed at addressing critical issues in family justice and land conflicts, organized in partnership with the Ogun State Ministry of Justice, held at Obas Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Aderonke Oladele reports.
Recent data has revealed that 81% of Nigerians experience at least one legal problem in the past year, with the most common being disputes with neighbors, domestic violence, land conflict, crime, and housing problems. These underscore the urgent need for a more accessible and efficient justice system to address everyday legal challenges. In response to these, the Hague Institute for Innovation of Law, IL, in partnership with the Ogun State Ministry of Justice, has developed and presented a set of evidence-based guidelines aimed at addressing two major areas of concern: family justice issues and land dispute. Representing the Ogun State Governor, the Director, Public Prosecution, Ogun State Ministry of Justice, said by leveraging evidence-based best practices, the state can create a more effective and responsive legal system that meets the needs of its citizens.
The guideline provides the process from problem to solution and suggests ways for families to reach agreements. And this guideline also provides recommendations that can be applied by government, private practitioners, traditional rulers, and community.
The representative of the state partners emphasized that the new guidelines are a part of a broader initiative to promote out-of-court settlement, which they believe will alleviate the burden on the nation's overworked court systems.
We try to encourage the application of best practices. The first thing we do is we skill up game changers. Game changers to us are justice solutions that most times is accelerated by tech.
A diverse group of public officials, local representatives, justice providers, and innovators shared their perspective on the newly introduced guidelines.
We would all be proud if all of those that have been trained, they use it, and then we see that you also, our pride would be that you don't come near us in the courts at all, because we are already saturated.
Guidelines, the recommendation at the bottom of the guidelines given to us have been able to save 2 marriages. Even one about three days ago. They are about to separate.
The event culminated in the official unveiling of the Land and Family Justice Practice Guidelines. With over 1,000 individuals trained on its effective use, this has now positioned Ogun State on the global stage for its commitment to improving access to justice. Aderonke Oladele, Ogtv News.
The outstanding performances of learners, teachers, and schools in Ogun State at local, national, and international competitions have been ascribed to the policy of Prince Abeokuta's administration on education. Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Science, and Technology, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, made this affirmation during the presentation of another set of learners have made the state proud again by winning first positions in core science subjects such as mathematics, physics, biology, and computer science, and others at the 64th National Conference of Science Teachers Association of Nigeria, held in Abuja, expressed gratitude for the positive result of the revitalization agenda in both public and private schools. The commissioner applauded the doggedness among the students in Ogun State that continue to provoke healthy competitions and spirit of sportsmanship in schools, appreciating the local organizing committee of the competition for their unrelenting efforts in preparing the learners towards achieving the best for their locality. Earlier, the Director of Education, Department of Science and Technology, Mrs. Abosede Edon, while presenting the proud winners of the awards to the Commissioner from primary schools category to the junior and senior secondary schools, disclosed that Ogun State won 7 golds, 2 silvers and 1 bronze to become second overall best, behind Lagos among the 36 states of the Federation. On his part, the chairman, Stan, Ogun State Chapter, Dr. Yomi Ononuga, said the unquantifiable support by the ministry in provision of every resources needed brought about remarkable improvement in the student performance during the competition. Speaking on behalf of other proprietors, Honorable Ahmed Omishore, the proprietor, the Genius Oliver College, Ota, Ogun State, felt very proud for his school, though located in the rural area, but among those that made the state name to be written on the marble of great achievement, commending the LOC for their contributions towards the best performances. The Ministry of Education, Science and Technology has announced that the 2024-2025 first-time examination in all public primary and secondary schools, as well as government science and technical colleges, government technical and vocational college, has been scheduled to commence on Monday 25th November, Wednesday, 4th December 2024. Commissioner in the ministry, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, implored principals to make adequate arrangements towards the successful conduct of this exercise, while learners are enjoined to comport themselves well during the examination. He assured that the ministry has put in place necessary machinery towards a free conduct of the examination. In addition to the existing roads and the construction of the roads at Awokoya Road, Ijebode, Ogun State, the Central Monitoring Unit of Ogun State Planning and Development Permits Authority and the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development embarked on a demolition exercise to expand the width of the road for the development of the area. Olaide Oloye was with the team as the enforcement exercise moves to Awokoya, Ijebode. Her reports.
After the inspection of the ongoing construction, the pedestrian right-way along the Awokoya Road, Ijebode, is to be demolished to pave way for the expansion of the road. The Central Monitoring Unit of Ogun State Planning and Development Permit Authority and the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development embarked on a demolition exercise to expand the width of the road for the development of the area. This will also pave the way for the renewal agenda of Ogun State government under the leadership of Governor Dapo Abiodun. The length of the road to be expanded is about 430 meters. However, adequate compensations will be paid to owners of buildings that is being affected. The owners of the building, although aggrieved, stated that the development of the road and area is for the benefit of all.
So far ní gbogbo wa ní lọ́jọ́ iwájú ìjọba tó lè wà ń bẹ̀ ń sìn kí Ọlọ́run kó ṣe kàn ṣe dáadáa fún wa. I'm okay for this road. It's got this road that is not. If you pass this before, it's bad.
As development progresses in Ogun State, the ministry wants individuals to avoid building by the roadside without following plans. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
Fish farming is the fastest growing animal husbandry industry in Nigeria. According to research, Ogun State has the largest fish farming industry in the country. In this special report, the fish farmers affirmed that fish farming is a lucrative business that can generate revenue for the country, as they also highlighted some of the benefits and challenges. Toyin Ogundepe's report is presented in this package.
In Nigeria, the demand for fish is 2.66 million metric tons, and only 1.4 million metric tons are available for importation annually, according to a research. Fish has omega-3 fatty acids, which is highly essential to the body. However, catfish is one of the easiest fish species to raise commercially for every startup. The Secretary, Ogun Fisheries and Aquaculture Association, Ogtv, Adedeji Abiodun, appreciated the support of Ogun State Economic Transportation Project on fish farming business, while urging government at all levels to do more in order to boost the production of aquaculture farming in the state.
Fish farming is not something that we can be doing on our own. We can form ourselves into cooperative and become clusters. When we do that, it will help in reducing our cost of production. Then our cost will become minimal and our profit will be appreciable.
Some of the farmers confirmed that aquatic farming is a lucrative investment for any individual.
As far as fish farming is concerned, you can engage in different areas of fish farming. It could be production of fingerlings that could be done at home. Then you have this. Then you can even rear it even at home. You have your concrete tank. You can even have plastic bowl, big one, rear it at home.
People to invest in aquaculture more, because it kind of will bring more food security, and when people venture in it more, it will be like a corporate, in the sense that a unanimous decision will be able to make. It can provide food security, generate revenue for the government, which will also improve the economy of the country.
Government could do something in that regard to go through our association, finance us. Then whatever you now want to be taken from the association, you liaise with us, then we will be paying you, and the association will be gaining, and will be able to improve the production of fish in Nigeria.
To venture into this lucrative business of fish farming, Nigerians must endeavor to embrace challenges which comes with every business and strive to boost the aquaculture farming and increase food production.
The Inspector General of Police (IGP) and the Nigeria Police Service Commission have been ordered to pay police constabularies about 4 years of salary arrears owed them since 2021. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria, which issued the order, directed that each of the constabularies be paid 54,566 per month from January 2021 to May 2024. Justice Rakia Hastrop gave the order on Wednesday while delivering judgment in a suit instituted by the constabularies against the IGP and the Police Service Commission. Apart from the salary payment, the judge also ordered that letters of employment and certificate of engagement be issued to the constabularies, having trained them, provided them with uniforms and boots, and lawfully deployed them to the state of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Some Nigerians have decried that the lyrics of today's pop music are far removed from what the Nigerian music consumers were familiar with, and the usage of profane and vulgar words has become the order of the day musically. They however warn that if left unchecked, it could generate the society to a state of lawlessness, legalizing all sorts of societal ills. And a special report, Bolaji Sampson examined the incessant use of vulgar languages in today's music. Her report.
Everyone loves good beat, a soulful melody or lyrics that resonate deep within souls. Music has the power to elevate, inspire, and transport to different realms. Yet, The use of profane and vulgar words, display of gangsterism, sex, and violence in Nigerian music has alarmingly increased, and a call for concern. Some Nigerians said a large percentage of most Afrobeat artists in Nigeria can hardly do a song without using vulgar or profane words. In fact, some of them have become champions in this new genre of music, even stylishly handing the baton over to their protege. Relevant stakeholders wonders why artists employ indecent language to attract the youth, while creating negative influence on their character of the leaders of tomorrow to engage in various debaucheries.
This is time for music artists to do a check and ensure that whatever content they are putting out there for public consumption is right, especially with social media. Social media literally amplifies everything. So music artists should see themselves as ambassadors of good behavior, influences of positive societal change.
Imagine where you have the vulgar words as your chorus. As a chorus of the song, or you release an EP, or what do you guys call it, and you end up using vulgar words throughout the song. You expect me to start editing those things out. It will surely drop the quality of your songs. So I see no reason. Sometimes I just feel like it's just a waste of production, waste of time, waste of energy and all.
The present-day youth has been said to not exploring music as a means of education or for sermonizing on good behavior. They however want that if care is not taken, contemporary popular music as we have it today in Nigeria, which communicates vulgarity and coarseness to the listeners, can pose a lot of negative effect on the attitude of the youth and nation at large.
We are products of what we listen to, we are products of what we hear, we are products of what we're exposed to. And definitely when we are exposed to negative vices, we are exposed to vulgarity, excessive one as that, we tend to think alike, we tend to act alike. And so highlighting and acknowledging this effect and promoting responsible music content, responsible music consumption would definitely foster a more empathetic and responsible society.
What we listen to in media, we call it agenda setting. And what you sell over time becomes a norm. So what you discourage would definitely not. So sometimes we always assume, no, I will tell my people, but you never know who your children associate with. So what you do as the NBC, as a staff, if you do it right, definitely it will come back to you right.
Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation were equally called upon to effectively be in check to ban local or international songs that are considered to be containing vulgar lyrics, obscene videos that show nudity and violence. The general public were advised against obscene, indecent, and profane content, as these constitute public nuisance. Bolaji Sampson, Ogtv News.
And on the foreign scene, Britain's former Deputy Prime Minister, John Prescott, who served under Tony Blair and with him helped transform the country's Labour Party, has died, aged 86, his family said on Thursday. Blair, the privately educated lawyer who appointed working-class Prescott to help appease the Labour left as he moved to the party to the centre ground, said he was devastated at Prescott's death. Former U.S. Vice President and leading environmentalist Al Gore paid tribute to a dear friend and said he would be forever grateful for his commitment to solving the climate crisis. He fought like hell to negotiate the Kyoto Protocol